Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's movie review here, and today I'm bringing you guys my new Blu-ray and DVD shopping guide and reviews for February 16th, 2021. I do hope you guys enjoy the video. Remember, you can find affiliate links to purchase these movies down in the description below, and using these links does help support the channel. Now, as always, I want to thank you guys so much for your continued support. I appreciate each and every time you guys watch a video, and everything here was sent to me for review. So first up this week, guys, we have Archenemy. Now this one's going to release on a Blu-ray, Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Target $12.99, and Best Buy $14.99. It is also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $9.96, Best Buy and Target $13.99. RLJE Films did send me over a copy of Archenemy for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you'd like to check that out, just search for Archenemy on my channel. Really cool slipcover they put into this with some great embossing, great kind of two effects here on the cover. So this movie is about this man who is homeless and an alcoholic, and he just kind of goes around and, you know, he spends a lot of time at this bar, and he tells everybody he is from another planet. Now, on his home planet, he was a superhero, and he had a villain he was against, and she created some sort of weapon or something. And I don't want to say exactly what it was because they kind of reveal that later in the movie, but he kind of like destroys it, or he does something to it, or he opens this portal and he goes through, and somehow he ends up on Earth, and he gets to Earth and everything's kind of changed for him, and he no longer has, like he said, like he used to have blue blood and now he doesn't have blue blood, and he could fly and he had superpowers, and now he's just a homeless drunk guy. And through most of the movie, you know, you kind of are like, well, is he just a crazy drunk guy, or is the truth? Obviously, if it was in real life, you just think he was a drunk, crazy guy. But, you know, in a movie, it's hard to tell for sure whether or not he's telling the truth. Now, there's this young man who wants to become like this social justice influencer or something, and he meets this guy, and he kind of starts telling the world his story. Now his sister is involved with drug dealers, and she ends up getting into trouble, and this guy is gonna come help them. Now things get real crazy real fast, and very interesting kind of near the end. I'm not gonna reveal whether or not he's a human or an alien. You guys have to watch it yourself, but a very strange ending. I'm not sure that I really like the ending that much, the way they went with it, like at the very end. But overall, guys, I did enjoy this movie quite a bit. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It's definitely a very interesting. It gets real crazy towards the end, you know, crazy in a good way. But check that one out, guys. I think this one is going to surprise a lot of people. It did have a little bit of kind of like comic book art going on in some of the scenes, like when he would flash back to his home planet or tell the stories or whatever. Very interesting movie. I enjoyed that one. Next up is Random Acts of Violence. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray, Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Target $12.99, and Best Buy $14.99. It is also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Walmart $9.96, Best Buy and Target $13.99. RLJE Films did send me over a copy of Random Acts of Violence. I did post an unboxing. If you'd like to check it out, of course, just search for Random Acts of Violence on my channel. Another interesting slipcover on this one. Definitely love the foiling and the embossing on this one. So in this one, it's about this guy primarily who wrote this comic book series that is based on, or loosely based on, a real life serial killer, and his girlfriend is writing a book about the victims of this serial killer. And there's this it's a little weird, and so basically I guess they're going to this comic book convention or something, and he's going with his girlfriend, and I don't know if it's like his manager or some guy who's involved with the comic book and his assistant, and they're all going on this road trip. Now on the way, the murders start up again, and somebody starts contacting him, giving him these really creepy clues. Now, I really enjoyed this one, guys. I thought it was really strange. It was like a serial killer killing based off a comic book, based off a serial killer. You know, it's a little out there, but really cool idea though. I really did enjoy the idea. I really liked the execution in this movie, and I really liked the way they went with everything. And it had, you know, if you guys want, and it had some good, violent, brutal action if you want to check that out. But I enjoyed this one quite a bit, guys. I gave it 3.5 out of 5. Definitely one to check out for a slasher fan. Next up is the very excellent Mr. Dundee. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart $14.96, Target $14.99, and Best Buy $17.99. It is also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart $12.96, Target $12.99, and Best Buy $13.99. Now, my copy of this one's actually supposed to be here today, so probably be reviewing that one next week, but watch for that soon. Next up is Breaking Surface. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $24.99. It is also releasing on a DVD. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, all $22.99. Now, Music Box Films did send me over a copy of Breaking Surface for review, and I did post an unboxing. If you'd like to check that out, just search for Breaking Surface on my channel. So this movie is not in English, just to warn you guys. It is in Swedish and Norwegian, and it's about these two sisters who, I don't know if their family was just kind of like recreationally into it or professionally, but they were very big into diving underwater. And one of the sisters kind of grew up and it became her profession. And the other sister comes back to visit her, and they're going to go to this underwater cave or something. They're going to check out something underwater. Now, the weather is horrible, as in just snowy and cold. It's not like a tornado, but you know, they go down and there's like a rock slide, and the one sister gets caught under the rocks, and the other sister has to try to find a way to save her. Now, it's got to be the unluckiest day ever, as anything and everything that could possibly go wrong does. And the majority of the movie is the sister, you know, either trying to get into the car or get help or go underwater and help her sister get her oxygen. And, you know, very good movie, guys. I really enjoyed this one. Definitely my favorite movie of the week. I think both of these women did a tremendous job acting in this movie, and I feel like the story is just so great and, of course, emotional, and they did a really good job of just kind of making everything go wrong for her. And, you know, everything's crazy right up until the end. And really enjoyable movie, guys. I highly recommend this one. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Next up, Harley Quinn Seasons 1 and 2 is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Target, Walmart, $23.99. Best Buy, $24.99. Warner Brothers did send me over a copy for review, but I didn't have this one in time to watch it for this week's video, so I'll have to review this one soon. If you guys are interested, it's 3-disc set, and like it's not separated by season, but I'll be posting an unboxing of this one soon. Next up is Lovecraft Country Season 1. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, all $27.99. Best Buy will have an exclusive Steelbook, which will include Blu-ray and digital, for $32.99, and it is releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $24.96. Best Buy and Target, $24.99. Warner Brothers did send me over a copy of Lovecraft Country Season 1 for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you'd like to check that out, of course, you could just search for Lovecraft Country on my channel. So this, I guess, is somehow based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft, and I'm not familiar with them, so I can't really say exactly like if some of the episodes are, or some of the monsters, or some of the art, or what it is exactly. Unfortunately, I don't have that information for you guys, but this is a very strange show, but a very interesting and intriguing kind of thing about this family or these people. I believe it's at some time in the 1950s, maybe the mid to late 50s, but this guy has come home from the Korean War, and I guess we're not told that I remember how long he came back from, or I guess I don't remember being told how long he's been back, or if this was at the end of the war. It's hard to say exactly, but he gets back, and I guess he's doing whatever, and then he gets a letter from his dad saying that he's gone missing, or it's a little hard to describe. But basically, he's got this letter, and he comes to find his dad, and he comes back to his hometown, and, you know, gets these clues, and he finds out his dad went to go look for his mom's ancestors, and they're in this other town. Now, of course, during all this kind of sci-fi horror kind of action that's going on. Of course, we have big racial conflicts where white people are just basically trying to kill them because they're black. And it's really messed up, and it adds kind of like another dimension. And no matter what they're doing, they always have to worry about where they are, if there's white people after them or whatever. Now, it's a little confusing until you get into it, because a lot of the episodes almost seem like there's like smaller stories pieced together, because there's like stories about monsters and wizards and shape-shifting and I don't know, I like all kinds of stuff like this. But basically the story is that there are these magic wizards and they're trying to use him because of his bloodline. And a very interesting show. A few of the episodes I didn't care for as much. They were kind of more about the side characters and the things that they would do. I didn't care for as much. There are lots of episodes I really loved. I think kind of after the first couple episodes, they really started exploring more sexuality and nudity. Not that I felt it was really necessary in any way, but just to let you guys know that after the first couple episodes, I think it does become a lot more prevalent in the show. Now, I did enjoy the show, though. I love the characters. I love the acting. I love the effects and kind of the monsters and the shape-shifting and kind of just all these crazy things that would happen. And there was so many twists and turns. There's one episode where it actually like flashes back to the Korean War, and I was lost because it's like all different characters and it's all Korean, and I was like, am I even watching the right show? And then, it dawned on me, okay, the guy was in the Korean War. Maybe it has something to do with him. And then eventually he does make an appearance. But I was just like, what's going on? Did I put the wrong disc in? But yeah, good show overall, guys. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if they're doing a season 2 or not, but I gave this one a 4 out of 5. Definitely intriguing to see where they might go, kind of with the crazy ending they had in this one. Next up is Horizon Line. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $22.99. It's also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $14.96. Target, $16.99. And Best Buy, $17.99. Next up is AK-47. Kalashnikov. This one's releasing on a DVD. Amazon, Target, Walmart, $19.89. Best Buy, $19.99. Next up is The Swordsman. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Walmart, $14.96. Best Buy, $14.99. And Target, $19.89. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $12.96. Target, $12.99. And Best Buy, $14.99. Now, I decided to skip this one because it wasn't an English language movie. And as I've been saying many times, I'm cutting back on the non-English language movies. But Breaking Surface was good. It was a really good movie. Next up is Fear of Rain. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart, $14.96. Best Buy and Target, $14.99. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $12.96. Target, $12.99. And Best Buy, $13.99. Next up is A Call to Spy. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Walmart, $17.71. Target, $17.79. And Best Buy, $17.99. It is also releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Walmart, $12.96, Target, $12.99, and Best Buy, $13.99. Next up is Good Burger. This one is releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $12.99. Now available now. Lionsgate did send over a copy of Wander Darkly for review. I did post unboxing this. If you'd like to check it out, of course, just search for Wander Darkly on my channel. This was a very strange movie that I felt had a really good, very emotional, very stirring story told in a very odd way that makes it very confusing to the viewer, but they bring it all together in the end. So this man and this woman, they're married. Maybe they're not having the greatest marriage, but they decide to go out on a date night, and on the way home they get into an accident, and the woman wakes up and things are very strange. She starts to believe that she's actually dead and that she's a ghost, and she's haunting her husband. And then they start kind of reliving all these pivotal moments and all these memories of their relationship. And they see things maybe they didn't see the first time, but then they also have like these weird things start happening in the memories. And she starts to believe there's some sort of demon or something after her and her baby. The baby wasn't with them when they had the accident, but she starts to believe something is trying to get her or the baby, and he'll just kind of vanish at points, and like they're in the memory and then they're out of the memory, and it just gets super confusing because you have no point to really reflect on what's happening because you don't know what's real, what isn't, and it just seems to be like they're just constantly like floating back and forth between all these memories and real life, and she keeps insisting she's a ghost and he keeps saying no, you're not a ghost, and it's very confusing. Like I said, they do pull it together in the end and really explain everything for the most part. And a really just emotional ending. Even though it was confusing, I did enjoy this one a lot, guys. I definitely would check it out. I think it's one of those ones too where once you've seen the ending, you gotta watch it a second time. I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5. Warner Brothers sent over 6 By Sondheim for review. I did post unboxing this. If you'd like to check it out, just search for 6 By Sondheim on my channel. So this is about Stephen Sondheim, a famous musical writer and composer, and it's kind of a documentary about him, but primarily just seemed to mainly cover like his writing tactics and different kind of situations and stuff he had writing different musicals. And I don't really feel like quite as much about his life. It just seemed to really focus on writing of the musicals, and it had archival footage of famous classic musicals that he had written. And I wasn't too into it. I definitely would have liked to hear more about his life, and I think if you're like a big musical fan, maybe you'd be a little more interested in this. It definitely had a lot more singing and musical performances than I was expecting, just because I expected it to be more about him. And he talked a lot about just his different ways of writing and what he liked to do. But I gave this a 2.5 out of 5. I just wasn't super into it. Warner Brothers sent over Helter, Skelter, an American Myth for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you like, check that out. Just search for Helter Skelter on my channel. So this is a documentary about Charles Manson and the Manson family, and it's pretty long. It was almost 6 hours. No, over 6 hours. Okay, it's a little longer than I thought, but in it talks about basically his life from childhood to his teenage years and his adult life, and then eventually he starts this Manson family cult. And, it gets into the criminal behaviors and the murders, and then his sentencing, and even a little bit after the sentencing. To me, I felt like this was a little long. It's actually, I think, closer to 7 hours. And I feel like they kept bringing the same stuff up a lot. Like, there was this motorcycle gang, and they mentioned them like 3 or 4 different points in the documentary. And I feel like they kind of did this a few times, not quite like 4 times, but they would talk about something, and then another episode they'd talk about it again, and they'd get a little more detailed, or they would add different details and go a little bit different way with it. But I just felt like there were about 4 or 5 things they mentioned more than once, and I felt like it kind of really extended out the runtime on this and made it probably a little longer than it needed to be. The beginning is lots of archival news footage. There's lots of archival footage and interviews, newer interviews as well on this. Can't remember. I think there were some 2020 interviews on this from the year 2020, but it was interesting for sure. I definitely enjoyed it. I just think it could have been shortened up a little bit. But I give this a 3 out of 5. It's definitely interesting. If you guys don't know about Charles Manson or the Manson family, you probably know quite a bit after watching this. They go into lots of detail. Very interesting for sure. Did I say I gave it a 3 out of 5? That is it for this week, guys. I really hope you did enjoy the video. If you guys have seen any of these movies or you plan on picking any of them up, let me know down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check the chess videos, and I'll see you guys next time.